common denominator.
And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Let's talk about something important. Put that coffee down.
I'm not here to waste your time.
Where else you gonna have this much fun?
You the man. Todd Father.
Show me the money.
What I've been doing, had to triple my bag.
Had to triple my bag.
Wow.
Had to triple my bag.
Wow.
Had to triple my bag.
Yeah.
Had to triple my bag.
60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, it's no trick to make a lot of money. All you want is to make a lot of money.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Duo live show here at Learn Crypto, your one-stop shop for crypto and stock technical analysis, fundamental analysis, and news. My name is Nick Hellman, aka the Crypto Hitman.
I am Todd Butterfield, Wyckoff on crypto.
The man with the plan, taking us all to Lambo land. Now, we got a lot to cover today. Of course, we had liquidation crisis, then a Trump pump, and then more volatility. Let's look at the charts. Let's look at our current positions and see what is going on. If you're on patreon.com/learncrypto, you already know what we took profits on, what we're remaining long on, and where we're earning passive income. For those of you who are not, here's the free broadcast. We'll give you the update so you can manage and update your portfolios so you can start winning too. What do you got to say today, Todd? Anything before we jump into this?
We're having some volatility, obviously, with big down opening when stocks open, and stocks are reversed. Crypto's trying to come back, but still a little heavy. But we'll go over that here after you give the update.
Yeah, we'll just go through CoinGecko. There's not going to be a lot to go through here because, well, everything's down from the last live show that we're in, primarily due to the liquidation crisis, and we're trying to rally off those lows. Bitcoin, 113,000, down 7% for the day. Ethereum underperforming Bitcoin, but still 41.21. We need to see Ethereum get above 5,000 in order for altcoins to start playing. Thomas Lee is doing his best part to do that. They are now over 3 million Ethereum at Bitminer in their Ethereum Strategic Reserve. Hey, SharpLink Gaming, you're falling behind. Is this on here, Joe Lubin? We need you to buy some more ETH as well. Get us pumped up, get us above 5,000, and let that flywheel effect go into motion. Tether still remaining $1, like we said it would since 2017. When all of you individuals talk about the depaganising and wanting to sell out of that for like 80 cents. That's a jab at Matt. Good job. You're an idiot. Binance BNB chain went to a new all-time high after the liquidation crisis and is settling in around $1,200. And XRP below $3 at $2.50. I mean, that's really all we got to cover. What is the big gainers for the past 7 days? China Opera AI, Chain Opera AI. I have no idea what that is. Congratulations to anybody who owns it. This does go with the narrative that we believe AI will be a hot narrative for the remainder of this bull cycle in both traditional markets and in crypto markets. CZ himself has also said that. Zcash been leading the way as the privacy narrative has been taking the crypto market by storm. It was at new highs for the move before the liquidation crisis and trying to hold gains. Horizon, ZEN, and Dash were also moving, chasing Zcash. Will that trend continue? Maybe Todd will have an answer for you in the charts. And then, of course, we got BitTensor, Tau up 36% as well. Todd, take it over. Let's look at the charts and talk our portfolio, talk our positions. Where did we take profits? Where are we staying long? What's the plan?
All right, in front of us is Bitcoin, 113 even, after coming down there right below 110, I guess, for a second. Technometer did register around 39, 38's oversold. You can see here now with today's recovery, we're 41.37. Didn't get the solid oversold reading, but definitely close enough. That could have been the low. I mean, with this, with the liquidation low, it's making these charts a little bit hard to read. I would have really liked to have seen something down below that 1095, maybe, hit down 108 or something. So that's what I was looking at this morning. Didn't get it. So we're still sitting here on the sidelines, just with our HODL bags, no trading bag. And Ethereum holding up much better. Did come down there. Today's low is right around 3,900. I did take some profits after buying at 3,600
We also did take some profits on big trades such as Pengu. Pengu, I think we took something like a 60% gainer because we were able to buy the blood during the crash. While everybody was shitting down their leg, we were looking at buying positions. Pengu is one we gave a call. We got a good fill on it, and we sold it 2 days later on the reversal rally. Now we are looking for Pengu to kind of give another consolidation, and we want to be long. Pengu is one of the biggest IRL IPs that exist in the crypto scene, and I don't see that trend changing. But a trade is a trade, and when you make 60% or 65% in 2 days, you need to take profits, and we will re-enter Pengu if we get another good trade set up. Other things that we said to avoid, such as Aster, saw prints down to as low as $1.20. We were saying if it fell below $2, look out below. That is exactly what happened. Another one that we were avoiding that has been very hyped up is Linea. That one traded nearly at $0. Of course, it's rallied from that low, but it's still far lower than the highs we saw only a few weeks ago. So kind of fading the big hype things, the things that all the influencers, all the KOLs are talking about, whether they're being paid or not, who really knows? They have all gone lower, and there was no opportunity to make gains on those outside the first couple days if you got involved. If you did, hopefully you listened to us, took some profits, stood aside, and maybe bought dips on a couple assets that you really enjoy and really like the future of.
I'm going to take it over here real quick and go over a few of these requests. In front of us is Link. You can see I do have an Elliott wave count on there. That was a 1-2. And we did have some sell divergences back here at their previous low at $11. And then you can see obviously the spike low we had. But, you know, really new lows in the manometer almost this morning, really. So I still would think this thing can resolve higher. So this is one that I think could be good if we can get this bull market back intact and heading back higher. TAO, same type of thing. Got a 1-2 mark. I mean, obviously we come down there to 141. That makes that a new low, which takes away that 1-2 count. We still have a pretty big buy divergence between price and volume. And there again, I mean, it's acted very well since those lows, obviously. You can see there clear back to 464. So that one I would think would continue to lead us higher.
Liquidation event to which really the wicks were showing prices that virtually nobody could even buy. Like, do you just exclude those from your charting? I mean, I understand that you want to kind of count those things, but this kind of seems like a abnormal thing, especially considering we were trying to buy there, and on some assets you simply couldn't buy what the screen was showing you, almost like it was Fugazi wicks, and they should probably be excluded from Elliott wave counts and maybe some Wyckoff schematics. What do you think about that?
I mean, I'd agree for, you know, Elliott wave might not agree to that, but I think you probably could disregard some of them because it seemed like, as you just stated, that wasn't really true prices and there wasn't activity at the lows. So that's why when I showed that 1-2 Elliott wave, I'm not sure, you might move it over a little bit, but I don't think you can go down and say it went to a new low probably. So again, that'd be a major argument with people, but I'd kind of agree with you for Elliott wave. I'd probably disregard some of those wicks.
Yeah, we also saw that the, you know, to go with that the pricing wasn't really real is from exchange to exchange, the prices on the assets were vastly different. They all went down, but some went down way more extreme levels on Binance versus Coinbase or Coinbase versus Kraken or whatever. And then also on decentralized exchanges where there's actual liquidity sitting there, those prices did drop as arbitrage bots tried to get into action. But some of them didn't wick near as low either because they actually have real liquidity there and there isn't the kind of perpetuals and all the liquidation crisis as far as open markets, since the liquidity is sitting there. So I don't know how to really read that or interpret that, or do you count only 50% of the wick? That's for you guys to decide. But I think it's something to keep in mind when you're doing TA on these. Almost do the TA without that included, and then maybe do the TA with it included, and kind of find yourself in the middle ground. I just know that some assets you were trying to buy it on there, there's no way. Linea virtually went to zero. Atom virtually went to zero. And if you were trying to buy in the midst of that, you were not getting filled at those prices.
The only thing that got filled down there was probably people's stop levels that got filled at right at near zero. So that was the only selling going down there probably, and on the way down. So I'm gonna go over a couple more, look like a couple stock questions here real quick. Let me take it again. There's CORZ. Again, you can see I've got, let me get rid of a few of these and make it look a little cleaner. Those are alarms for myself. CORZ is one I mentioned in the Discord. I thought it would maybe possibly escape new highs here. It has recovered or 30 cents higher than where I mentioned it. So I think CORZ still looks pretty good to me. CRCL, that is not one that I've been really even looking at nor trading. I thought that one got way overextended on the IPO. And, you know, probably here most of that's been wrung out. So that one could be okay. So next time I'm bullish on Bitcoin, I think probably Circle would be okay to pick up. Until then, I probably would wait. BBAI, Big Bear. Got a pretty big triangle there showing, and a nice breakout the last 2 days. That one, I would have to think, looks onward and upward with that relative strength there. So that one should be good. And the TAO, I would believe on the log scale, yeah, that could be a triangle that's going to resolve to the upside as well, Mark.
I'm going to throw them the screen, and let's go through just a couple of quotes and a couple things that some of the biggest influential people when it comes to the crypto markets and the financial markets are talking about here. The first one is we do have Elon Musk talking about Bitcoin a little bit. Quote, every government has printed money. You cannot fake or print energy, which is what makes Bitcoin. Quote from Elon Musk. At the same time, it sounds like you got some firefighters downtown St. Louis over there being active.
And Nick, your screen share, I lost it. I don't think it's showing on your end. Yeah, we always have police action downtown. So, but I lost your screen. I can't even grab it.
Interesting. Let's see if I can stop the share. I said I was still sharing. We'll try to share again, entire screen.
Yeah, let me.
And let me know if that pops up.
It just did. Hold on. All right, we're good to go.
Yeah, so I was just doing the quote from Elon Musk. Every government has printed money. You cannot fake or print energy, which is what makes Bitcoin. So that's one of the theses for Bitcoin is you do have proof of work there. There is value because there is a cost associated with the generation of the monetary value, and therefore you have actual utility. We have CZ in the trenches. They have worked on a $44 million reload fund, and then somebody ruined that meme and made it $45 million. So starting in the next 24 hours, if you participated in the trenches over on BSC, whether on 4 memes or on PancakeSwap, you may be getting some BNB or stablecoins airdrop to you. If you made money or lost money with the memes in their little 3-day meme season, they are going to give you almost like a rake back for those of you who sports bet. We will see how that plays out, and hopefully some of us get some of that airdrop, and you can deploy that capital into the next opportunity we bring you, the next meme we bring you, or just buy BNB because it's literally been outperforming everything, including Bitcoin, so far this cycle. And then lastly, Richard Hart himself is now active and is now replying to people. If we click on his most recent tweet, well, I did give him a write-up, and he actually replied to me. So if you want to see Pulse Chain pump, if you want to see your bags pump, if you want to see me do a live show or a recorded video with Richard Hart, go show this tweet some love. I kind of gave him a rundown on my thesis of Pulse Chain, invited him on the show, invited him to do a recorded video, and he said, I agree with everything you said, rare. And I'm like, okay, wow, he gave me a little bit of a dig there, said rarely agrees with me, but no. Then he went ahead and commented again. It says, I'm referring to rare as in most comments from anyone are just dumb. Your comment was actually good. So we have some interaction with Richard Hart. We want Richard Hart to get active in general, and your boy Crypto Hitman did get a reply from him. And then again, Todd is the low end. Jim Cramer, the hope. we can take the air out of the quantum / nuke / crypto and put that money into real economy stocks. If it can be done seamlessly, then we would be fine. That is Jim Cramer saying he hopes that crypto fails. He has the best inverse indicator. I think it's time to get long Bitcoin, Ethereum, and any crypto. And you probably just want to sell all real economy stocks. The next high on Dow, dump it all and go into Bitcoin because Jim Cramer has told you to do the opposite.
I'm going to a few quick stocks here that we do in the stock. Let's run that real quick. ASTS is one of those that I talked about, a backup down here at 36.87. The momentum scan went long at 54. The sucker's trading 98.72. Those are some of those that Kramer would be a little bit worried about. That one does look a little high flying. ATRC I've been mentioning, it's not breaking out. Still along that at break even. Court got slapped hard back to my entry. Hoping it can turn higher from here. Guidant Health still holding up well after a jump and a backup. IONQ rallied off that 36 spring that I gave to the Discord, setting up here at 81. LNT holding near the highs, made a new high today. That one still looks good. MJ, we had given a few buys on that down at the 20 level. I did sell that at 37.90, I think it was 37.70, a hair higher than where it's at. That's one I wanted to see a good setup. If I get another oversold technometer, I will get back on that one. Neighbors did another backup at the 36, 37 level. Let's see if that one can dig out. NNE got slapped off those highs. I did have higher point and figure objectives at 65, 69. So still along that one. Thinking about cutting that one and buying back cheaper, but we'll see. Sherwin-Williams a little deeper than I wanted. I'm still along that with losses. TMO I sold at 539, 543, as shown by the red arrow. Did back up to 520 this morning. I didn't buy back. I didn't get really any type of oversold setup, so I'm still out of that one. Winnebago, same type of thing, small losses. Pulled back into the trading range a little deeper than I wanted, but I'm still holding that one. This is the momentum list that we give momentum scans on. You can see some of these have been absolutely off the chain. We've got MP is one of them. That was given at 75. That thing's 98. RKLB is one that continues to work higher. Some of these have been off the chain. I'm not going to show all of them. QBTS, a crazy one. From 18, it's trading 45. RGTI, again, these are some of those that Kramer is talking about. The scan gave a buy on that at 17. It's only 58. So those are definitely the high risk ones. So this list is about 50, 60 long. So if you want more of that, wyckoffsmi.com, pro traders. Let's go back to Nick and I.
We got Hexbull over here saying big uptick today. A quote from Jerome Powell himself, the leader of the Fed. Quote, "We may be approaching the end of our balance sheet contraction in the coming months. QT will be ending soon." Yeah, that's what we've been saying. Quantitative easing is underway. We've had a 0.25% cut. Polymarket says there is a over 90% chance that we get another cut in October. I would assume it would be another 0.25%, but I wouldn't mind jumbo cuts. Get them going quick and fast, Jerome Powell. Let's get some cheap liquidity here, quantitative easing, and let's see the markets catch up here for our crypto and Bitcoin. And, I mean, what's your thoughts on the switch from QT to QE? I think it's a little late for them to be doing that, but now there's the talks, and the Fed's goals is to cut rates the remainder of this year, continue to cut rates into early next year, and really go into QE during 2026. And then, of course, Jerome Powell's tenure is over in May of 2026, which might be the kind of blow off top we see as the market might FOMO with a more risk-on and crypto-friendly Fed person getting into power over there.
I mean, that definitely could happen, and we get the one last blow off top in stocks, and I suppose Bitcoin 150 plus. So definitely something to watch. I'm not expecting that myself right here, right now, but things seem to be setting up possibly for that, especially if this last sell-off. I mean, stocks have recovered a lot of the last 10 days weakness. So if it can make new highs again, then I presume we're still onward and upward.
Land and Soil says, hope you have your tech head on, ready for the Richard Hart interview. Now that would be very interesting and fruitful, me thinks. And I'm like, yeah, that would be cool. I mean, in my post to him at the bottom, it says you're welcome to an interview or a live show. Maybe you doing a live show with a crypto bro who has a mongoose eating a pizza as his PFP will bring you value as well. And he replied to all that and agreed with it. So that's not to say that he's going to do an interview, guys. That's not to say he's going to do a live show. He hasn't even done a live show on his own show. But you got to manifest these things, and the interaction is a good start. And, I laid out my reasoning for why I like Pulse Chain, the upside potential of Pulse Chain, and he agreed with all of it. So that's all you can say on that.
There's Bitcoin at 113, 430. So Ethereum still down to 109.
Yannick says, Nick, do you think the 4-year cycle ends this cycle? What's your opinion on the 4-year cycle, Todd? Just before I get into my conspiracy theories.
I'm going to let you jump on that. I'm not sure if we've already topped or going to top. So I just got to try to take some buys and sells as I get them and see where that takes me.
Todd trades on the indicators to put the large cap profits in your portfolio, and I'm here to do the conspiracy theories and projections. I was correct in saying 100,000 Bitcoin by the end of 2024. And then after 2025 started, I said, hey, you know what? 244,000 Bitcoin by the end of 2025. Now we're still a far ways away from that. But what if it was 244,000 Bitcoin by the end of the cycle? Because that prediction was under the assumption that the 4-year cycle ends in this Q4. And now there's more macro events that lead me to believe that we could extend into 2026. Mainly, we're no longer on a 4-year business cycle. We're on a 5-year business cycle. So maybe Bitcoin follows the 5-year business cycle and we don't top until 2025. Number 2, quantitative easing just began with only one interest rate cut. And now we have Powell saying there's going to be multiple more interest rate cuts the remainder of 2025. And probably the poly market is right and we do get cuts into 2026. You also have Donald Trump in power. He understands that people need to make money. The economy needs to be strong. Stocks need to go up and assets need to go up in order to retain votes and keep power, and leading into the midterms that are happening in 2026. And then there's a whole plethora of other reasons on which I believe that we could get into 2026. And this would be the first extending of the 4-year halving cycle for Bitcoin and making it a 5-year cycle. And then lastly, we've seen the performance of gold as of late. Normally, Bitcoin chases gold on an 80-day lag. Well, gold just put in a new all-time high today, which means that Bitcoin could put in a new all-time high in 80 days from now if history repeats itself. And now you're starting to push yourself into 2026, like I am saying. And then lastly, the gold spot ETF, when it was launched, led gold on a 10-year bull market cycle. And when did the Bitcoin ETF just launch? Just launches a couple of years ago, a year ago. So maybe the downturns in these 90% drawdowns in Bitcoin are a thing of the past. And Bitcoin's volatility gets dampened, and we head more into longer-term bull cycles and bullish momentum as institutionals adopt this Bitcoin and crypto ecosystem. But again, we're going to play it by ear. We're going to take trades when we deem fit. I am just currently in the camp that I think we are going to break the 4-year halving cycle and extend into 2026. Many people think the top is already in or the top is inevitable in the next month or so.
Let me take the screen again, go over Amazon and Tesla. Amazon, I do think that could be a little bit of an issue with Amazon. Definitely some underperformance. Came back down and checked the support this morning. I don't really have anything here. I got volume hitting new highs back here at this high, so that shows a little bit of weakness. We do have earnings on the 23rd, so I don't think that's my favorite stock holding, but obviously we'll follow the general market up. But might be one that leads us down. So I'd watch that. Tesla real quick. This is one I still think could lead the markets higher, or at least outperform, even if the S&P starts coming under some pressure. I talked about we bought that down here with the momentum scan and also with Wyckoff at 330, sold 418. I have not bought it back. Still kind of on the sidelines, looking for some type of setup. Same type of thing, earnings on the 22nd. So possibly I'm going to wait on the sidelines until we get earnings out of the way. Let me run a quick disclaimer for regulators. Hold on.
There's a high degree of risk involved in trading stocks and cryptocurrencies. Our thoughts and ideas are for entertainment purposes only. Please consult your personal advisor or do your own research. Past results are not indicative of future returns.
Now let's try this split screen and let me know if Nick's got a problem with Mike, because we still can't figure out what the problem is. We don't need this screen, but I would like to know if it's working. So let's see if Nick's got an echo or not.
Yeah, this is a nice screen, so I do like it, but there's some kind of echo issue we can't resolve. It's either with on Todd's side with the screen share, or it's on my side with the screen share. I know when I try to share the screen, it doesn't allow me to mute, my computer volume. So maybe that's why there's a little bit of an echo there. So let us know if there's an echo. In the meantime, if you're watching this and you're getting anything out of it, make sure to leave a comment in the comment section below to help the algorithm. But also, make sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe button, because that helps us out immensely. And the more people that see this, the more self-fulfilling prophecy you can have, in which the TA will get bought up and we can really move the markets. Now, that sounds crazy, but in 2017, we got so big and the markets were so tight as far as altcoins were concerned, we had a direct impact on the charts as far as directionality of profit taking and whatnot on altcoins. So, and it looks like no echo, so that's good to see.
Interesting. Yep. Let me run to this crypto bubble screen. You already mentioned COAI and SNX on there and TAO. So we've kind of gone over the three big movers. Not much to add there.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like an echo on the split screen, but I wonder if there's an echo on this bubble maps. We shall see here as well. This is another one I do like seeing.
There we got a pork blaster flying over.
Later, Soil says we need the pork blasters, and Todd says here's some pork blasters for you. We will get on those. Stay tuned. We have had some big gainers. We've made some big profits on the BSC meme season with Palu and Season. We've made some quick gains on Pengu. We're up big on Surf from the launch of that token, PTGC over on Pulse Chain. And hopefully the altcoin market gets a little easier to find early stage investment opportunities, whether utility plays or meme coins, where we can make more sustained gains rather than having to be so quick on the trigger. And I really don't think that starts until Ethereum clears and closes above the $5,000 level.
Updating a
Genghis
chart
Khan
here.
says LAC has really been moving. And then Yannick wants to look at the Ethereum chart.
Let's go to the Ethereum. I've just gone this chart. I got my buys and sells marked here recently. So again, we tried to buy that dip down there, 3,600. Could have got bad fills. I did sell that up there around 41.64. I think the number was. I'd have to check on that for sure. I mean, this still could be. That could have been it's a pretty deep spring or a shakeout. So kind of tough to label again. That breakdown to 3,400. That. Do we throw those out on the charts? Again, not sure. Technometer, got close to oversold on the break, obviously. But since we're setting here this morning, we was around, I did see 39.9 at the lows today down there at 3,900 level. But for me, I'm still watching.
We're currently sitting on a 50% trading position on Ethereum. We just took profits on Pengu. We have long exposure on Pulse Chain Network. We still have some long exposure in the BSC memes because we took profits on those. Got our initials out, took profits, and now we're sitting on, free bags or bags from the low during the liquidation crisis when I released a video. So we're kind of, well positioned. We have some stables in the bag. We have some long exposure, and we're kind of waiting for the market to dictate our next move as the dust settles after that liquidation crisis.
I do have LAC on here. Let's show that real quick. Not much to add there. I mean, you can call that broad accumulation. Definitely down here in that 250, 350 level. No real divergences for me. We did get oversold again just here in the last couple days here. Down there $7 and then again at $7.50. So those would have been decent buy points still if you want to chase the high flyers. One of the rare
lithium mining.
Yep, one of the rare minerals.
Well, that makes a lot of sense considering EVs and everything else that's going on, and you need lithium. Yannick says he sold LAC last week, right before the pump. But hey, if you sold it and you made some profits, profits are profits. Right now, on to the next opportunity or the next reset. Sold that one too soon.
The hex chart, let me show that as well. I'm not sure this is the combined chart that you wanted. This is Hex from Crypto Exchange. I'd shown this before because I already had these lines on here. So, I mean, it looks like a jump and a backup as we said here. So I'll have to look, see if I can do accumulation, get a little bit better chart.
Spot to stop and rally again, that's for sure. And it correlates with Richard Hart getting active on Twitter. And, you know, the morale over on Pulse Chain has been pretty low. I've been saying this now for a week. Morale on Pulse Chain is at like all-time lows, yet all the price charts just slowly are putting in higher lows and working their way up. So that could be a recipe for an explosive move later in the cycle, especially when Ethereum gets above 5,000 and risk on within the crypto markets and the altcoin sectors kind of picks up. Everybody's like, when's alt season? When's alt season? I've been saying the same thing for maybe a year now. No alt season until Ethereum new all-time highs. And that hasn't happened yet. It hasn't happened in 4 years. So that's what we need to see. Icy's over here chewing on my headphone cord. Come on, stop that.
I got Zoe over here barking.
Who's going to make a meme coin for my dog here? I guess we'll need to get some pork blasters, and then somebody will fund liquidity for the wife's new toy poodle meme coin here. This little shit.
I'm going to bring up the PTGC chart that I've got here.
It's a mouthful.
To show that. I mean, I had showed this back when Nick was on it before, showing the 5 waves up and an ABC pullback. I mean, those kind of the levels where we're at again. I'm not sure exactly how to count that. I mean, you've had selling here on the optimism, pessimism, but you did have the most oversold reading on my chart just the day before the liquidation event. So that's the most oversold I've seen it.
Was kind of what I was reading too, and after that happened is the first time in a while that we gave additional buys right at those lows, so right around these levels. PTGC was just ripping, I mean, a couple months ago when Pulse Chain was ripping, and obviously everything sold off and it followed suit. So, I mean, I still think it's a harder one to do from the TA perspective. I don't know how you count it here, but it's proven historically if and when Pulse Chain blue chips, which is PLS, PLSX, HEX, and INC go up, it goes up, and it goes up even faster due to the token economics and the LP bonding. So that is what we own for Pulse Chain. That's like our biggest holding. A, because we got it at $1 million, $2 million, $5 million, $6 million, and it's at $70 million. But B, because I don't need as much core exposure when I can just own the one asset, earn passive income for holding, and when those assets go higher, their liquidity will drag it higher as well.
That's about all I got. Patreon.com/learncrypto for crypto ideas. WyckoffSMI.com, pro traders for stock. We still manage stock assets at Charles Schwab, crypto assets with trading APIs at Coinbase, Binance, quite a few of them, Gemini, etc. So otherwise, join the Discord and get some of these trades real time, or watch us here on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook.
Shout out to Ethereal, Explorer, Goldman Sachs, Ali, Lan, GigasCon, Yannick, everybody commenting over on the YouTube channel. That's what we can see. If you're commenting on Twitter, we can't see it. If this is on Facebook and you're commenting, we can't see it live. So if you want to live chat with us, go to YouTube. Otherwise, we will try to get to those comments after the broadcasts occur. And if you're watching this and you're not hitting the like button, what are you doing? It's absolutely free. Hit the like. Help us out. Help us. Help you. The bigger influence we have on the markets, the more you are going to win over the remainder of this bull cycle and all future bull cycles for crypto and stocks.
To manage assets, we're really using minimums of 10,000 on crypto, and I was using 25,000 on stocks. But hit me up, Landon Sowell, if you want any more details. And
thanks for smashing that like, KM.
Wirecast does allow us to bring in the Twitter feed to bring in comments from Twitter. So I did work on that the other day. Hopefully I'll get that figured out. I'm not a tech head and I don't have a lot of extra time, but I'm trying to figure that out. Then we could go to Twitter and answer questions there as well. So we'll look to be that in the future. Otherwise, I'm going to run a quick commercial on our private client group for crypto and then the outro if everyone's good to go.
Sounds good. We'll be here probably tomorrow. And during the volatility, the people in patreon.com/learncrypto were not panicking. We were figuring out how to deploy some funds. So if that sounds fun to you, deploying instead of panicking, having a community to lean on rather than being alone, join us, patreon.com/learncrypto. The link is also in the live chat.
You got it. See you.
We'll see you all again. Sleep tight.